never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness.
That's a really, really good ride from the Australian up from 12th position.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant stuff. He knows what he's got to do. So even Danish, he didn't get into the groove quickly enough yesterday. Up the inside of the number 11 is David.
He was said it's all right. Yeah, and I bet it is. Anything less.
He went into the race, as I said, saying that the bike was only 80% sorted. He's riding Gonzalez. Christian Daniel said he didn't get into the groove quickly enough in the wet yesterday and was
to the podium's not satisfactory for Carter.
No, indeed. He needs to just around any kind of problems that he's got at the moment. Fastest man on track.
The other 20% has got to come from him.
Determined to do it today. He is now in the groove, right behind Brian Uriarte.
Wow, look at this.
Had that great result at the end of the season that he's, he had some really superb.
And that other 20% came from Marco Borelli there as he pushes Pratama out. Christian, this is super impressive. He's not just quick in the wet as he was yesterday, he's quick in the dry.
Wins, and of course a winner, in race 2, so he's got to get back to that sort of form.
As wide as they flick it right then left onto the little straight here from turn 6. Uriarte, that's where he got his first podium at the start of the year in Jerez, and we now have a 1-2 step up that Carter Thompson's made this year has been very, very noticeable. Australia, say over the curbs, having to jump back onto the track. He's really drilling the pace, isn't he? It looked like Veda was trying to break away at the start of it, but they've caught him right back up. Well, he has another name to cheer for in the future in World Championships.
Of course, it's his
Peter, but he's got a lot of riders able to come with him.
Yeah, he has. And David Gonzalez.
We see any kind of moves in towards 2A and 2B. Daniel looking
third season, so he will not be back in the Rookies Cup next season.
Not another fall for Joel.
He had a fall yesterday. He said he was going for pole. He just pushed until he pushed too hard.
Towards the inside, but thinks better of it.
And Marco Morelli was well off in the greens. But it's his 6th fall in a race in the Rookies Cup race this season. So back with the slid off, but he said, I'm okay, the bike's okay, I'm going to do it in the race. And exiting the first corner on that time, so we had some track limits warnings yesterday. They leader then. It is Brian Uriarte, the cap champion, ahead of the number 11 of David. He's chasing Brian Uriarte very strongly now.
Morelli just really wants to make it.
Got to watch that.
And towards turn 3 they come then. 54.
Gonzalez.
David Gonzalez second, Pugliese third. The move back on Pratama and get through again. He clearly thinks he's got better pace, doesn't he? Yeah. Leads 51, 70, 95, 11, 34 of Mitani third. Pratama, then Danish in 5th place. Malaysia versus...
Yeah, he does, yes, absolutely. And, as I say, Marco is capable of anything.
Place Singapore 7th, great stuff from him. Can't push him up from 8th place to 7th. Indonesia for 2nd in the championship. We remind you, 1 point between them.
Any time, any weekend, his head has just got to be in it, and it's in it at the moment.
I think you just, as he's also overtaken Singapore now as well. Danish not making the progress.
Blows out.
Literally, yeah.
Okay, so Brian still has the advantage, but up in the second
ride, right, he is an enigma, isn't he? He's one of those riders you just think on his given day that he needs to be making at this stage of the season.
Right, and Danny Ribble plays Guilia Pugliese.
And Danish moves up on Pratama there into turn 1, a very fastest in the race, no question.
Great pass by Alton, was saying that it's a case of make hay slowly round here with these stop and go corners.
Nice, tight but clean move from the Malaysian then, really, really nice.
Veda Pratama up into 2nd place behind Brian Uriarte.
And Dan Gonzalez really
can't go in. The temptation is to rush in late on the brakes, get it stopped, then turn, and he'd say
indeed.
Oh my goodness gracious me, and those stamped
lost out. He's been properly pushed back now. Morelli moves through into 3rd as well. A couple of riders I want to keep it.
You just screw yourself up completely. You cannot get out the corner well. Watch a rider like Patches. It's still cool, of course. Those damp patches are hanging around, but there's mostly...
Now Peter, car pushing in 9th. He had good pace last time around. Then you've got Benyat Fernandez and Christian
Uriarte, who knows what he's doing. He's a little bit slower into the corner, but much quicker coming out. A dry line, but you just got to be careful. You don't get offline. maybe that limits some of the overtaking possibility.
Daniel, 10th and 11th. Not seen too much of them this weekend, but they have been big, heavy hits. Got to hand it to Beñat Fernandez, the number 7. He's up from 24th on the grid. He had a big moment on the exit of turn 6 there, loses a bunch of places. Denitters the last few rounds in Rookies Cup. Can they do something today or maybe tomorrow to cap off to 11th in basically one lap? That is a heck of a great progression from Nish then into second place ahead of Pratama then. So it's 1, 2, 3 in the championship. 1, 2, 3. They're great seasons.
Well, that's right. They've both been podium guys, haven't they? And they've both been quick. And they've
The young Spaniard.
yeah, he's already won one race and has got also a third this year.
The race, but off along as Matani gets sideways into turn 8 then.
Really just got to put it together in this final weekend.
Ramadeepa, fastest rider on track then.
In the inside comes Christian Daniel to take the lead.
That was absolutely brilliant. Moving up into 4th position, the Japanese rider. How about this as an advert for the Asian? Just in the back of this group, Danish still in 7th place, not able to make any inroads on it, wasn't it? So Veda goes from 1st to 3rd position as Daniel Talent Cup 3, 2, 3 and 4 Asia Talent Cup graduates. Matani just ahead of him. Well, it looks like he had, but Matani just pushes him way wide, forces him. Will come across the line leading this race. Veda looks just behind him. They do a bit of a brilliant.
Great stuff. And it is the 54 now that takes up the second place.
Well wide, and Joel Pons has unfortunately gone down at turn 15. Oh, it's been a tour which you're allowed to do once, but you can't do it twice, 3 times, etc. They come to
Veda Pratama. Of course, as things finish like this, he would take second.
Good year for poor Joel. He looked really good at practice, didn't he? But qualifying didn't work out for him.
No.
Towards turn 1, it's going to be Uriarte leading the way. Veda up the inside of Christian.
Place back from Hakim Danish in the cup points.
I should also correct myself.
He did look good in practice, but he just had a lousy both seasons, first season, second season.
Daniel once again to his lead was rather short-lived.
Yeah, and they've broken away. The group has broken away.
Those are the 3 Asia Talent Cup champions the last 3 years as well up there as well.
So he's looking for his first win of the season.
Thompson.
Yaroslav Karpushin is back there in 6th place, and that
brilliant, absolutely brilliant,
superb stuff. Right, but Brian now has an advantage.
In 13th position, he's another one of our podium finishers and front runners. It's just a bit off
the rest of the field. I wonder if these leading group of 5 are going to hang on to it.
Gonzalez had of the boil in recent rounds in terms of his actual results on paper, but
advantage of what it was.
Oh, Mitani! Sorry, his big twitch to the front end. Then
he did, didn't he? He collected that up just in time to.
It has been consistently up there throughout the season. So would love to see more. Side again, yeah. Foot off the footrest, then everything, Peter.
Earned it right, but he lost a little bit of ground. But I think it could have been a lot worse.
Karpushin's all from him in these final 2 races.
Right, there's still 11 laps remaining. He is so determined, isn't he, to end his season on a high note. Absolutely brilliant stuff.